I'm Mary Beth Sewald with the Las Vegas Metro Chamber of Commerce, and we are thrilled to be here today in Washington, D.C., in our nation's capital, with Chairman Bill Shuster. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. You are you're the chairman of the House Committee on Transportation, so we know that I-11 is near and dear to your heart, just like it is to the Chamber. So tell us a little bit about what are the potential funding mechanisms, and will we be able to get more funding for I-11?
You will definitely get more funding, but the problem is the funding is going to decline unless we fix the Highway Trust Fund. The Highway Trust Fund is based on what you collect at the pump, and because of increase in miles per gallon of vehicles, electric vehicles paid nothing to be on the roads, we've got to address that situation to make sure it's sustainable. I think long term, though, it really needs to transfer over from what you pay at the pump to a vehicle miles traveled, because as I said, electric cars pay nothing now. We're going to have cars on the road here in the near future that get 70, 80, 100 miles per gallon. So I think that that's what we have to do, and that means all members of Congress have to get on board to figure out how do we fix the funding so that it remains a federal priority to make sure these interstates like I-11 are built between Nevada and Arizona, and then north to Canada and south to Mexico.
We know that Las Vegas and Phoenix are two of the only large major metropolitan cities in the country that are not connected by an interstate. So tell us a little about why it's so important to the economy and transportation and so forth that we actually have this.
Well, sure. An interstate highway, it's one of they say if you build it, they will come. That's exactly what will happen, even more so than it is today. And I think that you've got two of the fastest growing cities in America not connected by an interstate. We have to make sure that we do it. And there's a federal role, there's a federal component, not to do it all, but to make sure that we're contributing, because what happens in two of the fastest growing cities in America, it affects the region, if not the entire nation.
And what would you say that the business communities could do to facilitate more action on this?
I think they have to sit down and talk to their members of Congress, and not just talk to them, but I think like in Pennsylvania, they dealt with the funding issue, and I think you've dealt with it in Nevada. But get with your members of Congress and do a campaign, a media campaign to educate them and get the population behind it, not just the business community, but the average person that lives in Las Vegas or Phoenix, saying this is really important to us. We don't mind paying $1 or $2 more a week to have an interstate highway connecting two major cities.
And what are next steps on I-11?
Well, you've got it designated as interstate from Phoenix to Nevada, and then we just did on the last bill to Reno. And really the biggest step is we've got to fix the Highway Trust Fund, which runs out of money in October of 2020. It's something that's an imperative, I think, and we've got to do it sooner rather than later.
Okay, Chairman Shuster, thank you so much for being with us.
Appreciate it.
That's it for this time. We'll see you soon.